Hi guys, and welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now I'm going to show you now a little bit of an idea, things you can make maybe at a craft fair, maybe little presents, teacher's presents, little friend mail, anything like that. Something very, very simple, very cheap, but they look fantastic. Now I've made these little books. Let me show you them individually. So they're all slightly different, and the paper packs that I used were the 6x6 that I brought from the works. Let me just quickly show you the packs. Do you remember these in the video? These are the paper packs that I used, okay? And I've made up these 4 little notepads, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so all you need, let's just move these to one side. All you literally need is a little pad like this, 1 sheet of 6x6 and some tape. That does your basic book. So let me show you how we achieved it. I wanted to use these pads because I got these quite recently, so I wanted to make something with them. And I had a few of these lying about. Now they do still sell these in Asda. They're literally 20 something pence a book, so it's not expensive at all. And you need your 1 sheet. So let me show you how to do it. Now, you need to measure your book. So whatever book that you use, you need to measure. So if you measure the back to start with, and I shall tell you why in a second, this measures 12.5 centimetres. So I'm working in centimetres at the moment. So I'll just get my paper trimmer. Let's move these a little bit further back. So you get your paper trimmer. And what you want to do is you want to work out which part of the paper you want as the front. So this part here, I would like as the front down there. So the back, I'll be using this side, which will go there. So I need to cut, allowing for the correct sizing, if you see what I mean. So the width wise, sorry, let me have a look. I'm doing this all back to front. So the width wise is 7.5 centimetres. So if you cut that first, so we'll just cut 7.5. That will be the back. Okay. Like that. And then you have to cut the top part off. So that's 12.5 for the top. Now, I know he's got the edge down there, but I, excuse me, actually do quite like the edge showing. So I'm going to just leave it like that. So that bit will go on the back there. Now, for the front, it needs to be slightly different. You need to allow a longer space because we're going to fold it over on the top. So, excuse me, luckily, these just should fit. So these should be about 7.5 left because I think you can just literally get enough. That should be fine out of 1 book. So what we're going to start and do is cover the book. Let's move that out the way. Now what I use is my little paper scorer, and so this part here is the front part, and that part will be a little bit longer. So what we need to do is to score these edges so we can fold it over. So the best way to do that is to measure the length of the book there. In this case it's 5 inches. So I score down on the 5-inch line. And then we just need to measure this little part. Now it literally is, in my case, a couple of notches down, and that's it. So that's all the scoring that you need to do. Then you get your bone folder and you fold along just to score and make the score line a little bit more definite, like that. And that will be the front cover. So now we've got the front part and the back part. So what we need to do is now cover the book in this little sticky tape. Now I do have an ATG gun as well, but I don't know about you if you have one. Sometimes I get a bit of a pickle and I tend to get a bit of glue everywhere that's not it's not supposed to be. So I do tend to stick to this little roll of tape. It's a lot easier. There we go. So the book is now covered in the sticky tape, and what we're going to do is put on the back first. Now this is quite easy-ish to do. Once you line it up, you are fine. So just line it up, stick that on, and then stick the front cover on. So just sort of hold it over, hover it over. Here we go. So I've literally just covered the back part there and covered the front, and at the top here you can see we need to put some more tape on just to stick that part down. So you just get some of your double-sided tape, pop that on there, and the thickness that I've got is literally just the right width, so I just needed a tiny little bit more on the end just to seal it to the end there. I mean, you can use any glue that you prefer, really. There's no rules. So you stick that part down, and as you can see, that's the part there at the top of the book, and then we just need to stick this little flap down. So that's the front of the book, as you can see there, and then when we turn it round, this part will just literally bend over and fold over like that. So I am just going to pop a little bit more tape down there, peel the tape off, and then stick the flap down, and that leaves a really nice neat edge really. Now to decorate the front, you can really decorate it any way that you want, and as you can see, I've done them very similar, but they are different because they've got different colour schemes, and I've used slightly different embellishments on them. This one, all I did for this, that's curled up a bit, is just used a doily in the corner, put one of these little sticky bits on, and put this little it's kind of a stretchy tag just to hold it together really. So let me show you how I made that to start with. Now I had some of this stretchy lace kind of trim, and all I did was literally just measure it round. So you take it round, and what you want to do is you don't want it to be tight, but you don't want it to be too loose. So if you can see, it sort of came round like that, and I sort of cut it about there because I'm going to stick it with some glue. So you don't want it to be so tight that you can't get it back on, but you don't want it to be too baggy that it actually just falls off. So let's just stick this down with the glue. So you just put a blob on there, and then you get the other side and pull it over and stick it on. Now if you've got a little bit too much left over, all you do is just snip that bit off. You're better to have a bit too much than not enough. So that's your little band, and that can literally pull on or pull off. Now I thought myself that that band needed a little bit of decoration, so all I did is got these little bag of little bows. We've all got these in our stash, haven't we? Pop a tiny little dab of glue on there and pop that in the centre, and that just makes that look pretty. Now you can leave it like that, you don't have to put anything else on it because it's got patterns, you know, on the paper itself, so you don't have to do anything. But what I used, particularly in these designs, these from the Works, these little cameo embellishments, and I've got quite a few here, and all I did is basically look through and sort of picked out what I thought would go nice. Now this is quite a nice one, it is quite big, but if I just move that down there a little bit, that, because they've got a sticky bit on the back, will just stick, and I think that looks quite pretty. And that's it. That's as simple as it is, and it is literally done. So there we go, they take no time at all, and you can literally cover any book that you've got. If you've got anything at home that needs covering, grab yourself some paper out your stash. You don't even have to buy some new paper. Grab what you've got and just decorate. Have fun, decorate, and they're great for presents. So you could even sell them. And if you were going to sell them, what I would recommend is you get some of these little cello bags and just pop them into a cello bag. So let's pop those in there. And when you put something in a cello bag, it automatically looks sellable, if you see what I mean. You could pop it on a craft fair and you could buy it. Now what you could also do with that is put in a little pen, maybe, or a pencil or something like that, and that makes it a real gift. So there we go. Give it a go. These books were literally just a few pence from Asda, but you can have a look. There should be some in Poundland or anything that you've got laying about, and have a go yourself. Do some books up, and I'd love to see what you've made. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.